Last night we had some snowfall. Now the temperatures are just above freezing level and I want to go on the water. I want to do some wing foiling. Welcome back to the channel of the Windsurf Coach. As you can see in the background, there is still some snow on the ground and the temperatures are just above freezing level. The weather forecast calls for an occasional snow shower in the afternoon, but wind gusting up till 17, maybe 18 knots, so that should be enough for a wing foil session. I have my 5-6mm wetsuit and boots, and I'm gonna use the full mittens today. Normally I like to use the open palm mittens, but it's just too cold for that today. Let's load up the car and let's go. I have my 75-liter Fanatic Skywing, of course my F4 foils. I took out the 1050 front wing as the wind might just be very light, and of course my duotone slicks, my 6.0 and my 5.0. I expect to be using the 6.0 today. Let's head out to my home spot and see what the conditions are like. There isn't very much wind, but it should be enough for my 6.0 and my 1050 front wing. So I'm not gonna waste any more time. My hands are already getting cold and I just got out of the car. The wind chill combined with the low temperatures make it really nasty. Why am I doing this anyway? When it's this cold, the great thing about winging is that you're ready to go in just a minute. It's so easy. Inflate the wing and you're good to go. Of course, I realize I have a big advantage as my wing board, including the foil, fits in my car. That's really awesome. The wind is very light, so I better not drop off the foil. One of the main reasons why I prefer to take the wing gear out in the winter when it's cold is that you don't get the sore forearms even when using full mittens like I'm doing right here. It just doesn't require that much strength. I don't think a regular jibe is the best option when the wind is really light, as you get backwinded pretty easily. To prevent that, I normally would do a duck jibe or a Heineken jibe. Now it probably will be a bit challenging to get back onto the foil as the wind is really light and I need a little gust to get me back up to speed. finally a gust that's strong enough to get me going again. What I really like about days like these is that the water is absolutely flat and it's really quiet all around. As soon as you've got enough speed, you can go on for hours. Luckily the wind picked up a little bit so I can play around a bit more, although my hands are getting colder and colder and it's getting more difficult to hold my boom. Those split finger mittens are normally perfect up to 4 degrees centigrade, but as soon as the temperature drops to, let's say, 0 degrees or 1 degree like it is today, my fingers still get cold. The wind is dropping again, so it's time to take a break and warm up those hands. Yeah, okay, I really meant to do this. It's just cool doing a push-up. Yeah, right. Oh man, those hands are so incredibly cold. It's unbelievable. That wetsuit is warm enough, those shoes and those feet are warm enough, but always those hands. And I've been only trying to sail for 25 minutes. Oh man. When the temperature gets around freezing level, those hands are terrible. The good thing is that I can use the full mittens. The split fingers also give you a bit more grip and give you a bit more room to play with things, but that finger really freezes off. Let's try to warm it up a bit and go again. Normally if you got those fingers warm again, it will be fine for another 10 minutes before they start really freezing again. But hey, I'm living in the Netherlands and I want to get out of the water, so what can I do? I'm gonna try again. I try to stay as active as possible without dropping off the foil or without dropping in, and that will keep me a bit warmer. Normally it's pretty crowded at my home spot with wingers, but today I feel really lonely. There is nobody else around. And hey, I don't blame them. The wind is just on the edge and it's absolutely pretty chilly out here. Why am I doing it? I still love the feeling of wind foiling, winging and windsurfing, even when it's cold like this. But I must say, I must be a bit crazy. Those hands are killing me. I can hardly feel my fingers. That's the worst part about it. The rest is pretty much okay. I've had quite a nice session. Is windsurfing, windfoiling, winging that much fun that we even go out when we're hurting, freezing? Those hands still remain the biggest problem. Even though I was using full mittens, 3mm, to keep my hands warm, still I had to stop every 10 to 15 minutes to warm up those hands because I could hardly feel my boom anymore. And if you can't feel your boom, you need to stop. Now it's time for me to head back home and to get a really nice and warm drink. I just got back, and as you might see and hear, it just started snowing again. Really light snow, but it's really cold. The only regrets I think I will ever have in my life are things that I didn't do. I'm really glad I did this today. So I do hope you liked this video about winging in temperatures around 0 degrees. And if you liked the video, of course leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel of the Windsurf Coach so you don't have to miss out on any of the action. Thanks for watching and see you next time. See you on the water.